What is up, guys? Has your editing process just bogged down your computer and it's just making it really slow? Well, today we're gonna talk about how to use proxy files, which will greatly improve your editing workflow because it'll make everything run very fast. So let's just get into it. What is up, everyone? My name is James, and this is The Engineering Filmmaker, where we talk about photo, video, travel, and tech. If these are topics you are interested in, click that button below. But let's get into the video. So let's talk about what proxies are and what they'll do. If you already know or have a good idea, you can skip to this time, or I will put some timestamps in the description. Basically, in short, easy terms, a proxy file is a lower resolution or different codec version of your footage that is created by Media Encoder. Adobe Premiere will use this lower resolution or lower quality file while you edit, and then when you export, you will be able to export in your full resolution or full quality wherever you would like. But this will definitely help your editing workflow. For example, I have a Canon R5, which shoots in H.265, and it just destroys my computer, even though I have a very high-end computer. So using proxy files greatly improves my workflow because I can edit nice and smooth and not have any lagginess or issues while editing. So if you're having issues while editing where if you hit the play button and it skips and it doesn't work very well, this is a great option for you. Or if you just want to have your stuff run a little bit better and not be as hard on your computer, you can use proxy files for that. There are plenty of other reasons or in-depth explanations of proxy files. This video is to teach you how to use them, and let's just get into it. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is import all of the footage you want for your project. And I already did this for an example purpose. I'm only using a few clips, but import your footage however you want. I put mine in a folder called footage, and then open the folder that you want your proxies from. You're gonna go ahead and select them all by just clicking and dragging, or you can click Control-A or Command-A for Mac. Once all your clips are selected, you're going to right-click, go to Proxy, and then Create Proxies. Now this is where you have some options to choose from. Like I mentioned before, my Canon R5 shoots in H.265, and that's pretty heavy on my computer. And also H.264 can sometimes be pretty heavy on your computer, even if you have pretty high-end specs. It's just a difference of codecs and how they interact with your hardware and software. Personally, I have found, and other people have told me, that using QuickTime ProRes proxies works really well. I usually use ProRes high resolution because I have a pretty high-end computer that can handle a high resolution. I think this brings your proxy footage down to 720p. There are some other options on here like Cineform and DNxHR. You can even try H.264, but personally, I'm gonna go with ProRes high resolution. You might have really good luck with ProRes medium resolution. So we're gonna click that. And then the next option is to select where you want this footage to go. Personally, I always want my proxy footage to be in the same folder as my footage, so I stick with what is default as next to original media in proxy folder. If you wanted them somewhere else specifically, you can click the other option. Once you have these settings figured out and what you would like, I'm gonna hit OK, and then it's going to bring up Media Encoder. And this is basically the program that is going to proxy your footage, I guess let's just call it. It's going to create your proxy files that will let you edit. There's just a couple more steps and you'll be good to go. Once Media Encoder opens, it's going to have to import each clip that you selected into the queue so that it can get ready to proxy them. I'm gonna say proxy them, that's gonna be a verb now. So basically, once all of your clips are imported into the queue, Media Encoder will automatically start making your proxy files. If it doesn't, you can hit this play button in the top right-hand corner, but make sure you wait until all of your footage is imported into the queue. Now I'm just gonna skip through this because this is just a process you have to sit and wait for your computer to do. Once your proxy files are made, you'll see that it's done in Media Encoder and you can just exit out of Media Encoder. Now the next step you're gonna wanna take is go back to Premiere once your proxy files are created, and we have to do one more thing before you can start using your proxies. If you just throw your footage on here, it's probably not gonna work well. Up here in this toolbar, it's very important. You're gonna wanna add this little tool here. It's called Toggle Proxies. It has two little windows with arrows kind of going around. You can see it here. If you do not see it, hit the plus button on the right there and then find the proxy toggle button, and then you're gonna drag it down and hit OK. Once you have that there, or if it's already there, you can just click it and you'll see it turns blue. That means it's enabled. Normally this will always stay enabled if you exit and come back to your project, but make sure it's enabled when you're editing proxy footage or else it will not show up. So that's basically how you use proxy footage. So now you should be able to edit your footage super fast and awesome. You will notice a few things though, real quick. The footage will be lower quality, so you may see some fuzziness or lower qualityness, let's call it. Your footage may not look super crisp and nice, and that's perfectly okay. It's just because you're editing proxy footage, which is most likely 720p or lower, and you're most likely on a 4K or 1080 timeline. So it's having to upscale lower res footage to a bigger timeline. If you want to watch back your footage or your timeline without having that lower resolution footage, you can uncheck the proxy file and then render your sequence by hitting sequence, render in to out, and that will allow your footage to all be rendered so that when you play it back, it'll be nice and smooth. So that's one way I usually go about seeing my footage in full quality. And then once I watch it in full resolution, I can export it and you're good to go. But just be aware your footage may not look that good if it's in a proxy form. But that's really it for today, guys. I hope this helped you. If you had any issues, please let me know and I can try to help you out. But that was it for the video. I hope this helped, and don't forget to subscribe. And that's it, and I'll see you on the next one.